All right, let's talk weather now as we are heading into another weekend. Temperature-wise, very comfortable out there.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. I honestly, it is beautiful out, and we're talking about it a little bit earlier. Yes, it's still hazardous out there when we're dealing with the wildfire smoke. We can very easily see it even after the sun has dropped. In Austin, a lot of the lights just shining off of all the particles in the air. So no doubt, we are still dealing with thick, heavy smoke across the area, across the region, even further to the south, further to the east, the west, a lot of it. Thus, we're still under an air quality alert, and this will go through most of the weekend for a lot of us, particularly Iowa. We're talking the entirety of the state has had their air quality alert extended until 8 a.m. on Sunday. Minnesota, Wisconsin, both states until 5 p.m. on Saturday. However, I have a feeling that they at least may be extended through most of Sunday. It's going to take some time for this wildfire smoke to exit. It will finally start to move, though, as we do enter the weekend. Not much moving and grooving right now, though. Satellite and radar showing maybe a few clouds over the last couple hours. That's about it, and that is because this is still very much in control. High pressure, really not letting go, and it's not allowing much of this air to move around either. We're still very stagnant, blocking a lot of the rain that we saw further to the west, but just no winds. And honestly, it's not a bad thing. It feels good. The problem is if we had some stronger winds, it'd help to push some of this away, the smoke that is. And unfortunately, it's just not happening. In fact, not much has really improved since earlier on today. We're still seeing plenty of red. Maybe some areas a little extra of the orange. Now, orange means that the air is unhealthy for sensitive groups, those being people who may have respiratory illnesses or heart disease, for example. The red, that means that the air is unhealthy for everyone. So going outside and going for a run, that's a little more hazardous than maybe just going for a walk, something where you're not having to breathe in so much. But generally, it is recommended to just stay indoors when we do see this red color as much as you possibly can. It's going to be hard. I can tell you right now, it's going to be very difficult when you see these temperatures coming into a Saturday. Yes, hazy skies, but temperatures so comfortable. 80s for Preston, Winona, La Crosse, but the rest of us still sticking in the 70s, or at least most. Zumbrota, Lake City also in the 80-degree mark. And these temperatures are below average. I do want to point out the winds, they're finally going to start coming in from the south. Now, what does that mean? Well, the southern push is going to help start to clear some of this smoke. This is around 5 p.m. on Saturday. We're still seeing it pretty thick around the upper Midwest. Now, as we roll about 24 hours from then, 5 p.m. Sunday, we start to see a little break. But now we've got the southern winds, which just kind of rotates some more smoke. And I really wouldn't be surprised if we are dealing with this coming into the new work week. I'll push time on Futurecast forward and tell you we're not going to be seeing much, just a few clouds through some of that filtered sunshine. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be so hard to stay indoors on our Saturday. Just be aware that the smoke is still going to be very thick, and notice yourself, or notice how you're feeling, I should say, as you're moving and grooving out there. Otherwise, temperatures are going up once those southern winds return next week. Cami.